Okay, I have a question. Well, no, someone asked me this question today. How do you know in your relationship when enough is enough, that it's time to go, it's not going to work out? I mean, it's draining, it's stressful. You're trying to make it work. You're doing everything that you can. You're praying about it. You talking to people, getting counsel. Uh, you taking other people's opinions. You sitting down. You reading books, and you trying to make everything work. Stop. Sometimes we're just so unevenly yoked that the flaws are just too much to overlook. If a relationship is taken from you in a negative way, it's enough. It's not for you. Meaning, not only financially taken from you, you're losing. I'm talking about spiritually, mentally, and financially. If a relationship is draining everything you got, if you find yourself working harder in your relationship than you work at your job, it's not for you. It's time to quit. If you are a person that attends church and constantly in prayer, and you find yourself slacking up on your prayer, slacking up on your attendance in church, uh, doing things outside your norm, and you're doing it only because the things that you have done before your partner's not interested in, and you want to do something to keep them interested in you, then your relationship is not for you. If you find yourself having somebody back when they need something, baby, I got it, don't worry about it. Or, you know, uh, baby, it's going to be okay, I'm going to go get it because we need it. That's the key word, we. In a relationship, your partner or someone can use the word we when actually they need something, and use we to make you feel like they're for you. That's a trick. If we need something and I hustle, go get a second job or whatever to make us get over a hump, and then when I lack and there's no we, your relationship's not for you. We all get caught up in that. I mean, no one's perfect. Everybody's human. And some relationships aren't meant to last forever. Your relationships that you have with lovers, friends, parents, some relationships teach you. Some relationships are your testimony. Some relationships can are designed to prepare you for the next step in your life. You know, something's greater for you. Something's out there greater, and you have to go through this process in order to get to where the greatness that's for you. So when you want to know how do you know it's enough, and some people scared, we're scared. Oh, I have kids. That was my thing. I don't want to keep bringing men in and out my kids' life, and I do want to be in a relationship. But guess what? When it gets so hectic, and I end that one, and I get in another, guess what I'm doing? I'm bringing kids in and out. I'm bringing men in and out my kids' life. So we can't. You can't stay somewhere that you're not progressing. You can't stay in a relationship that's not productive. It doesn't make sense. When I say productive in every way. We need to have a bond mentally, spiritually, financially. We need to have a bond. And financially doesn't mean you have to have a lot of money. Financially means that if we need something, if we need to buy a house, I love this person, I want to buy a house with them, then you need to go by the steps that it takes in order to get us to that goal of buying a house. If your credit messed up, you need to fix it. If you have a bad spending habit, you need to start saving. Start learning how to go without. It's just working together. A lot of men and a lot of women these days, they don't know how to work together. We work against each other without knowing we're working against each other. And it's causing our families to be destroyed. It's causing our patience to be short. It's causing a lot of wrath. Our children to grow up in single parent homes, and it's sad. So I know a lot of my friends to be like, well, Melinda, I ain't gonna tell nobody to give up their relationship or whatever. But if your relationship is the type of relationship when you always need somebody to talk to and you're telling them things on a negative level about your relationship, something's wrong with your relationship. It's not for you. Because in your relationship, whatever you need to talk about, you should be able to discuss with your partner. And after y'all discuss whatever y'all need to discuss, you should feel so secure walking away from that conversation that you don't need to talk about it to anybody but God. And that's just the truth. So you have to speak life into yourself before you can speak it into someone else, before you can speak it into something else, before you can speak it into anything. You have to speak life into yourself. And if you can't speak life into yourself, then that is something you need to work on before you even contemplating on getting into a relationship. But if you're already in a relationship and this is an issue and you're trying to debate, well, is it for me? Is it not for me? Step back, evaluate the situation. Think about the life you lived before the relationship and the life you're living now. And if the negative outweighs the positive, it's not for you. Let it go. But if it's something that's petty, and it could be you. It could be you. Some people don't know how to be in a relationship and they blame the other person. Because you can be with a person and question everything they do. They go to the store. Who you was at the store with? Who you on the phone with? Because of the stuff that happened to you before. And it makes you insecure going into the next relationship. And sometimes you cause a ripple in your relationship when it doesn't have to be, but you blame the other person. Some people, your relationship don't take from you. You give. You give yourself out. It's not that that person has to ask you for anything, but you're so compassionate that you see they need and you give it, and you expect them to do the same for you. It's not always going to happen like that. But if they didn't ask you and you give it, then you're not taking a loss. Well, you're taking a loss, but you're making your own self take a loss, not the person that you with. And you're handicapping them. You're not holding them up to the standard of being responsible and y'all working together because you're giving everything that you have. Stop giving yourself so freely in your relationship. Sometimes you gotta make your partner earn you. And you could have been with someone for 10 years and still can say, well, from this day forward, you can stay on. I'm gonna make him earn me. Or make her earn me. And then you can see if it's for you. Because if they don't want to put in the work to earn you, then they're either going to leave or you're going to see it and you're going to leave. But relationships are hard as it is. I just feel like you should be careful. Pray hard about it. Be patient. Please be patient. Please be patient. I kissed a lot of frogs, so be patient. Please be patient. And do not lower the standards that you have for yourself. A lot of us do that. If you don't want a man with his pants hanging off his butt, and he could be the best man in the world, he could have the most money in the world, he could be this, he could be that. But if that's not something that you want, then don't settle. Well, I could change him, or that people are who they are. And you just have to learn to accept it. So, pray, have faith, and just do the best you can in life. Because we all are going to go through something. You're going to go through something till the day you close your eyes for good. Be the best person you could be. Do the best you could do. But at the end of the day, take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, you're going to deteriorate. That's my word.